So God minimized that part so that you could hear what he's saying. You know? So everything you have and are is for a purpose. Celebrate yourself, hug yourself, say, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Yeah. All I need to be is the best me that I can be. I don't need to be somebody else. So God saw you and sent you to this generation for a purpose. I think of us like, missiles. That's what we are. A missile is sent to the mission and is carrying a payload. So the body might be that case of the missile, but the payload inside that is going to explode, that is the real deal. And you know one thing about that missile: once you release it, it does not go back. The missile does not have a reverse button. Have you noticed? Once it's sent from wherever it is until it hits the house of the terrorist or the country it is going to, it keeps flying. And that is what I want you to know about yourself, that until you hit the target, there is no stopping you. The winds may be contrary, the waves may come, but they are not enough to stop you. In the book of Mark chapter 4 verse 35, we see that Jesus Christ was lying in the boat. And he had said to the disciples, let us go to the other side. What is it that Jesus said to you specifically? The Rhema, not somebody else. Not because that you saw everybody else was doing interior design. The thing is selling, the thing is moving. You know now, even people in Ted Joshua are interior designers. So, and they're also event planners, I've noticed. So the card says interior designer, event planner, party planning, everything. We also saw Ashwebi. So everything is on the card. You two decided, I will do that. If it is God who said, go into that business. If it is God who said, go into that profession. If it is God who said, marry that man. If it is God who said, marry that woman. When the winds begin to beat, when the waves begin to beat, you need to remember the original thing that God said to you. Did he say you are going into that marriage for failure? He said, I am the Lord, the God Almighty. Have I said to the children of Israel, seek ye me in vain? There is an end to everything that God starts, because God does not start a thing until he has finished it. Therefore, when Jesus said, let us go to the other side, he went to sleep, because he knows that so shall his word be that goes out of his mouth. It shall not return unto it void, but it shall prosper in that which he sent it. It shall accomplish that which he purposes. Therefore, he knew that merely saying the other side is the destination was enough to get them there. You didn't get it. That merely saying the other side is our destination. He had totally ruled out every possibility of drowning in the Sea of Galilee. That was not part of the project. Like he said unto Joseph, the sun, the moon, the 11 stars will bow down to you. He did not say there will not be a period in the pit. He did not say there will not be a period in the prison. But since that is not what he said, it was not the pit he said, it was not the prison he said, invariably you will end up in the palace. Whatever it's going to take, I want to encourage somebody someday that all this is just a season in your life. The wind is a season, and you dare not judge me by one season in my life. You can't. One wise man wanted to show his 4 sons the fact that you are a very shallow person. If you look at where somebody is today and decide that you have seen the chapter that is the end in his life, he said, send them to a pear tree. One went in winter. He said, what is a tree like? He said, it's old, it's gnarled, it's knotted, it's crooked. He sent another one in spring to go and check. That one said, well, it's full of promise, it has leaves. He sent somebody in summer. That one came back, it's an amazing tree. My goodness, it's full of blossoms. The scent that it gives the whole neighborhood is amazing. The 4th one went in harvest time, which was autumn. And he said, what is a tree like? He said, it's laden with fruit. Everybody is gathered around it. He wanted them to understand what some of us do not understand. That the winter of my life cannot judge me. I want you to say to your neighbor, summer is coming. It might look like winter now. So the winds were beating. They thought, Jesus, don't you care that we perish? But he said to them, once I am with you in this boat, once I'm the one who sent you, once we are together in this thing, once it's not your own enterprise, once it is not me, PLC, LLC. We need to understand that I'm saying a paradigm shift. Whatever you give to God is what is submitted to the purpose of God. You will marry, either you know marriage is for destiny or purpose or not. But when you marry and you know it is for destiny, when the winds beat, the person you call is not your mother-in-law. You call the one who sent you into the marriage. So we see in the book of Luke chapter 5, for instance, Peter had toiled all night and caught zero. In fact, that in itself is a miracle. How will you catch nothing? Even if it's one stray sardine or something, it should enter your net. This is what I think. But he toiled all night and caught nothing. So he was washing his nets already. He had given up. Like some have given up on having children, some have given up on the marriage, some have given up on the business, some have given up on the job. He was already packing up. Then Jesus came and said, let me have that business. Give it to me, submit it to me. Let it no longer about how you are going to show the people of your area that you became a big boy in Lagos. Let it no longer be about how you want to be the richest black man. Let it no longer be about your own ambition. Let it be about my purpose. Give me that boat. And Peter said, why not? After all, he's not doing well. Usually we give things that are not doing well to God. When he's doing well. When the tithe is very big, you say, I know God cannot mean 10%. What would they do with it? But if it's still small, you know, you can leave it. So, he gave Jesus that boat. And we all know what happened. When Jesus was done, when he came into the boat, when purpose comes into your life, purpose is clarity about exactly what solution you carry. When purpose comes into that business, when it's no longer about making money, but it is about God and solving problems. Because we know business is really problem solving for a fee. We solve problems for mankind, they pay you for it. You carry iPods because they solve the problem. When I was born, we had all those LPs, which by the way are coming back as state-of-the-art something. But in those days, remember those, you are dating yourself, but it's okay. You know people's ages when they know some certain technology. They used to call them, Yoruba would call them awo. They were turntables, and now 45 RMPM, 33 and 78. Good. I remember I used to be listening to music with them. So when you still had to carry 1,000, if I needed 1,000 songs now, I have to carry 1,000 LPs and the turntable. And the turntable. Remember when they changed it into something called cartridges? Good. And cassettes. With cassettes, I'm sure my children don't know what a cassette is. They don't. They've missed. But that you take a pencil and you do it like, all those who are doing like this, they're not young. They're not young. Okay. So, if I had to carry 1,000 of those, that is the problem that Apple solves for you. So Apple is not taking your money free. Apple is solving a problem and taking your money in return. What purpose is your business solving? If you have an idea that can solve problems today and you can invoice for it, that is an income stream. I just couldn't help that business studies class there. Pastor John, I can flow. Okay. So where am I going? Submit it to Jesus. That marriage, that body, that business, that job. Because when the winds come and the seasons change, you need to remember who sent you into it. He said, I have appointed you a prophet to the nations. You actually have an appointment. And when you have an appointment, there's provision for the vision you are given. The word provision, which covers money, houses, wealth, connections, everything you need, comes from the two words, pro in Latin, which is for, and vision, the vision. That means if you know the vision, there must be provision for the vision. The reason why it seems as if there is no money right now for some people is because you have not tied in with the vision. The vision is your own vision, and God is not obliged to finance your ambition.